The 80s are back. And so are the 90s and 2000s and 60s and 70s. In music production, we utilize all the years of the past to make new modern music. Now, do you need another retro sounding synthesizer? When it comes to this synth right here, I think you're gonna find that it's a lot more modern than it is retro. Let's talk about it on this week's Radium POW Cherry Audio with the GX-80. Let's go. First of all, if you're new to the channel, I'm Bradley Denniston, this is Radium Records, and if you like music production, mixing, mastering, tutorials, plugins, all this good stuff, subscribe to the channel. You're not gonna regret it. I promise you, you're gonna get so much out of this channel. That's all I wanna do is give you value. Now let's get right into the plugin. Meet the GX-80. This thing is a beast. Obviously, it's based off of the CS-80. We get it. I'm gonna go through this thing. I'm gonna show you exactly why it's different from all the other CS-80s. I know you're thinking, bro, but Arturia has a CS-80. I got it already. It just sounds different. I'm even gonna compare it to the Arturia CS-80 V3 so you can really get a feel for what this thing can do. Cherry Audio, great company. Very affordable plugins. I think right now this is on sale for like 59 bucks. Can't beat it. This is a analog synth and it has two voices right here, 1, 2. If I turn them both off, you're gonna see the tone selector turns off. You're gonna see on both of the voices, you're going to have a VCO, so a voltage controlled oscillator. You're gonna have a VCF, voltage controlled filter, and a VCA, voltage controlled amplifier. And then you have this touch response. You have some other stuff like effects and all that. Those are kind of like, that's the basic of this synth. So when you turn on or off voice 1 and 2, you can see that these turn on or off the tone selectors. And you can also see what's selected. So here it's panel, or you got user, or you can do funky 3, or you can do organ. So the panel, when that's assigned, that means you've messed with all these parameters. So who gives a crap, Brad? Show us what it sounds like. We want to hear it. Amen. Me too. So one thing I did is I go through and I just collect all my favorite presets. So I'm going to kind of take you through some of these presets because they're pretty dope. And then we're going to listen to the filters and everything. So just a few sounds for you. The basses in this they're really good. Some of my favorite things about this thing, the bass tones. All right, here's Growler. This preset's amazing. So right here you have the VCF, which is the controlled filters. You have the high like Q resonance, and then you have the low resonance here. You can kind of go high and low on these filters. This is the high pass frequency and the low pass frequency. And of course, I love low pass frequency filters. They're like my favorite. And then I like to make them whistle a little bit. So let's just check out some of these filters on this bass patch right here. Pretty musical filters. Let's listen to the filter on another source. Let's try like a pad or a poly synth kind of vibe. I love this clouds apart. This is such a good sound. And this is also something that makes this synth very different from other CS-80 models, is that you have this GX filter type, which is really cool. It's just a different filter type. It sounds very musical to me. It sounds more modern to me as well. Lastly, last thing I want to show you about this synth is I just want to compare it to the Arturia CS-80, because I know a lot of people out there are going, do I need another CS-80? Like, if you just pay attention to these A-B comparisons, you're going to realize that the Arturia CS-80 is way different than the GX-80 that Cherry Audio has made here. So check this out. I'm just going to flip through a couple presets on Cherry Audio, and then I'm going to flip through presets on the CS-80 from Arturia, just so you can hear the comparisons right away. You guys let me know in the comments what you think the comparison is between these two, because for me personally, I think the CS-80 from Arturia sounds a lot more old school, like kind of like a toy almost, right? Probably much closer to the original CS-80, while this GX-80 has a lot more guts. It's almost like a little bit more modern altogether. So that's my opinion on it. So far, I've kind of messed with it for about an hour or so. It's very, very, very useful. I think there's a lot of really useful patches in here. And there's also stuff in here that sounds a lot more like the dated CS-80 sound. That's just kind of like that, you know, old school Roland sound. You could go through these leads and stuff and you'll hear a lot of those kind of vibes. But that's it. That's this thing. It's amazing for the price. Cherry Audio is making some amazing stuff. So I just want to do this plugin of the week. Make sure if you like the video, you like it. You comment on it and you share it. I really appreciate you guys sharing the show. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And go check it out. Let me know what you think. Peace out.